Yo, the Ultimate Universe in Marvel Comics has been nothing short of amazing, man. We're talking Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Wolverine, the Ultimates. But now we get this one shot that piqued my interest. We're talking Ultimate Hawkeye, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, what are we waiting on? Roll that intro, cuz. Yeah. What's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy, Earthsmack the Mad Scientist, and welcome back to the Orange Phoenix Media channel. Today, we are talking about Ultimate Hawkeye one-shot, man. And this definitely has piqued my interest, and definitely want to jump into it because this is a new person that dons the mantle of Ultimate Hawkeye. So let's get into it. So, what we got to do is go back to the Ultimates, issue number 5. And this is where Charlie Ramsey, aka Hawkeye, is introduced. Now, Charlie Ramsey can take out an army alone with the technology that he has. Those arrows are start tech. Several uses, and from lethal and non-lethal. And from that standpoint, Iron Lad pretty much sends Captain America and say, hey man, can you go get this start tech for me? Now he goes, sees Hawkeye, and there's a little bit of a misunderstanding because you're not giving up those arrows, man. I don't think I would be giving up those arrows either, especially if I'm on a mission, because they meet at Roxxon Refinery. And I didn't even go to hold you. Captain America was on the ropes. Charlie Ramsey had this man on the ropes, okay? On the ropes. We talking Sonic Screamer arrows, like gas, all kinds of stuff. Now, I do like the fact in the issue number 5 of the Ultimates that they explain what the arrows are and the effects of them. Now, through that little scuffle, they was able to pretty much realize they're on the same side. Now, Roxxon's goons shows up, and they align themselves with each other, and they make very quick work of this army. Very quick work. We talking like 30-second knockout first round, man. Nobody got the licks in. We talk Captain America and the new Hawkeye. It was a straight up wrap. Now, from that standpoint, Captain America says, you know what? Keep the tech. It's in good hands. How about you join the Ultimates? Now, he did join the Ultimates, but that's where we're going to stop, and we're going to jump into his personal one-shot. Now, in this one-shot, it opens up with Ulysses Claw. Now, Ulysses Claw is one of the 4 biggest arms dealers in the Ultimate Marvel Universe. Now, from this standpoint, Charlie is trailing this man. He is tailing this man, looking to take him out. He shoots his arrow, and I'm telling you how OP these arrows are. Zipping through skyscrapers, right angles, left angles, up angles, zipping by cast, and transforming into a regular arrow to take out the eye of Claw. Now, he has this coin, and that takes us to the meat packing district. Now, in the meat packing district, Charlie is under disguise. He goes into this building. He dons this mask. Now, anytime you see a mask like that, especially like in comics or like TV shows, there's some freaky stuff going on behind closed doors. But he donates this coin, and he was able to get into this elevator. And through this elevator, the things that he saw, definitely on panel. I'm not trying to violate YouTube standards and practices. It don't look as bad, but I'm not chancing that. But either way it goes, you want to go to your LCS and check out Ultimate Hawkeye, get it for yourself, or digitally buy it. But now, you would think Charlie is under perfect disguise. Nobody see what he's doing. Nobody understands what's going on. But he was already being tailed. They're like, nah, we've been waiting on you, Hawkeye. They hit this man with the blow dart, knocks him smooth out, and he wakes up in this cell. Now, in this cell is this hammer and ruler. And you hear this voice over the loudspeaker, and it says, welcome, Hawkeye. Tonight will be your trials and tribulations brought on by your actions and alliances. He like, so you knew I was coming? He like, we placed the bait. You took the bite. You're quite predictable, Charlie Ramsey. He like, now comes your first choice, the hammer or the ruler. Which will it be? Choose wisely, as it will set the stage. He like, you think I'm some kind of idiot? What the hell good is a ruler against psychopaths? So obviously he stupidly picks up the hammer, and the loudspeaker says the hammer is used to break off the superfluities. Your hand has been raised against us, and now must be offered to proceed further. You're like, come on, really? You're like, yeah. And if I had chosen the ruler, you're like, no, you chose the correct tool for the job at hand. Pun intended. Now, without any hesitation, this man put his left hand on the platform, takes this hammer, and smashes his hand, breaking his hand. Like, this is the resolve of Charlie Ramsey, man. This is the resolve of Charlie Ramsey, and I do respect it. Now, that takes him to the next room where he has his weapons. He has his costume. He got the bow and arrows. He got everything intact. Now, it says you must choose the sun or the moon, male or female. You can only choose one, as you are not the Ribis. You're like, what the hell is a Ribis? You're like, time is fleeting, so pick quickly. Otherwise, the floor will be a distant memory. You're like, your game is stupid. I choose not to choose. Now, from that standpoint, he makes his own way. He creates his own door, but he's met with these robotic, raptor-like creatures, and he was able to take these guys out in quick succession. But what you got to come to realize is that this here was just the preliminaries. This was the undercard, because the main event was in the next room. Now, this woman, which was basically divorced, she says, welcome, Hawkeye, to the exterminatrix pit of despair. So glad you could join us. As you may have realized, this is an evening of both pleasure and pain. We've had our pleasure while enjoying your pain, and we all have been rooting for you to make it to this final challenge. You're like, why? What's this about? You're like, you've caused a lot of pain, blown up our pipelines, created all sorts of mischief, hundreds of millions of dollars of pain. That's not the sort of pain we particularly enjoy. You're like, wait, you work for Roxxon and this party? Roxxon? Like, you could say that. We work hard, play harder, but it's no matter, as I'd like to introduce you to the other participant in tonight's presentation. One you don't know, but it has had a profound impact on your life. May I present to you the Ronin. So, we get the Ronin in the Ultimate Universe, and spare no expense. Now, so from that standpoint, she goes on to say, to up the ante and make this even more interesting, we have both of your families in our proverbial and actual crosshairs. May I bring your attention to the screen surrounding the arena? If either of you refuses to fight, we will kill your families. Your entire line will be eradicated, and the loser will suffer the same fate. You're like, you can't be serious. You're like, that is one thing we are, Charlie Ramsey. Serious. Ronin knows this. He owes us a lot of money. If he survives, the debt will be forgiven. You also owe us a lot of money with all of this trouble you've caused. But if you win, your debt will be forgiven. You can't play with people's lives like this. You're like, oh, but we can. And we will. Now, Ronin says you're not worthy of the mantle of Hawkeye, Charlie Ramsey. I'm about to take it from you, one shaft at a time. From that standpoint, they get into it, man. They get down and dirty, from sword swinging, arrow shooting. Man, Ronin knows the maneuver of Hawkeye. Maybe there's something very familiar about this cat. Now, Ronin gets the upper hand. He draws first blood. Now, remind you, Hawkeye is at a disadvantage because his hand is broke. He's basically one-handed. Now, he's still a formidable opponent, but you need to be full-handed when you're facing someone like Ronin. Now, at this point, Hawkeye is down. Woman says, finish it, Ronin. He's like, now I close out the debt and set right what never should have been. And she said, whatever. Helps you sleep at night. Just do it already. Now, from that minor distraction, Hawkeye was able to blind this man with a arrow. And now he's down and out at this point. He's incapacitated. From that standpoint, you see what was under the mask. And it is indeed Clint Barton, only for this woman to come down and shoot Clint. She says then he'll be turned from lead to gold. The process is complete. Clint Barton's blood is on your hands. Now, at that moment in time, Charlie passes out and he wakes up on the street. Now, he wakes up to the coin and the letter. And the letter says, we have kept our word, Hawkeye. We are not monsters. That said, the right to be called Ronin is now yours. If you desire to don the mantle, have the token under the archway, and we will contact you for engagement. But if you ever raise another hand against us, we will exterminate your entire family in front of you before we cut your throat from ear to ear. And that is the end of Ultimate Hawkeye. Now, I will tell you, I skipped a lot of key parts in this one-shot issue. Why did I do that? Because I want you guys to go out to your local comic book store and support this comic. If it's sold out physically, go and get it digitally, man. Go ahead and support this comic, man. It is really, really good. Now, which goes into my review of it. Honestly, I wish there was a little bit of a run with Ultimate Hawkeye, man. I do like where they're going with this. I do like the fact that it's like Native American representation. I mean, it just feels natural at that standpoint. And this Hawkeye looks like he is nothing to be played with, man. He's not to be taken lightly, especially with the tech that he has. Now, mind you, he was at a disadvantage. He got caught with his pants down. Everybody does. Everybody does. But at the same time, this could be a very, very good run, man. Sometimes those one-shots leave you wanting more. But you can check out more Ultimate Hawkeye in the Ultimates. Kind of wish you would have had more of a solo run. Yo, you already know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. Now, when I say notification bell, when you click that thing, I want you to open up that small menu and where it says all. Make sure it says all. That way you get notified on all of our content, live or recorded. So until next time, y'all. Peace.